Let's
Hey
have another sense. It's
guys,
cute.
and welcome back to Redemption of the New Guard, Honorbound. Redemption of the New Guard of the Old Blood against the Old Gods?
I don't know. That all went over my head.
Well,
Yeah,
I've made the,
religious talk is too complicated for priests.
I've made the document available, so if anybody who wants to read through it and
I think Bones
so on.
trying to wrap. I mean, he was raised at a church with the current pantheon of gods preached as like the be all and end all of existence.
It's an interesting question,
So,
actually. Where did the new gods come from when the old gods get fucked up by some ancient evil?
Then, as I said, the new gods existed before. These old gods were only named the old gods because they don't exist now anymore. They were gods that chose at that time to have physical bodies, only physical bodies.
So the gods who stayed out of it are still around, and the gods who got into it are all like screwed up.
Yep.
Don't get involved, kids. This is the lesson you learn.
Feel free to ask me any questions you want about this because it's been a long
So I'm
discussion.
still channeling my detect good and evil. You said he didn't seem celestial, fey, or fiend
Yes, but his
Do I-
essence was touched by
by something else, some other class of being, perhaps
Yes.
the old gods. I'm gonna try and I don't know
Well, he
focus
told-
on this feeling and
tell
remember it for next time.
He
And
did
so if
tell
I
you the fact that the old god, which he is a part of, was given immortality and strength by the two old gods here imprisoned with chaos.
Right,
I'm just-
there was the
time I
god
enter-
of time and the god of... What's the other one?
Oath.
The god of earth, right?
I have a hard time imagining maybe Super Genius Martyr, but I don't think Bowen is going to remember much of anything from this, other than like the big bullet points. As in, sure, I see the Pantheon, but it's like, anyways. But I am going to try to remember what it feels like to detect good and evil on this guy.
Definitely.
For future reference.
Where? So we have to face the 9 corrupted old gods. Where are they?
Trapped in the 9 moonstones, I would imagine.
There's 5 moonstones. That's the confusing thing.
Four were added.
Are not the moonstones are not for the old gods. The moonstones were for the demon lords that Asmodean commanded.
Yeah.
One is here, keeping it in place, and the other 2 old gods. It's gonna break soon. The cracks are going towards it.
The original king and one of the heroes who first sealed them was named Iscariot Silverarm, and he...
He changed his name in the end to Iscariot Silverarm after losing his arm to King Asmodean.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's become corrupt and is trying to open up all the prisons. We've been constantly running afoul of an organization called the Silver Arm that's been trying to get the hammer and destroy the moonstones.
It's not been trying to get the hammer. It's been pushing you towards here. Iscariot has power close to mine. If he wanted the hammer, he would have had the hammer. But he cannot touch it. He cannot use it. None of the guardians can touch it.
Who Iscariot is one of the other Moonstone Guardians.
The corrupted one, yes. Haggart said I would need the blood of all 5 guardians in order to destroy the moonstones and break the cycle.
Yes, that is a way of doing it.
Okay. If you're gonna die soon, can I have some of your blood? You know.
You know what he
Wait,
said?
you're gonna die?
And he takes out a and he takes out a small vial of red blood and gives it to you.
You're oddly well prepared for this. Well, I pocket that with the handkerchief that has Haggart's blood on it. 2 down, 3 to go. So as an ancient wizard, do you have any like spell books laying around? Magical items that might be helpful in the upcoming?
He's a wizard.
Shh.
I have.
You
He's
can't
clearly a
just
wizard.
shush me every time.
He's clearly a wizard. Look at him. He's a wizard.
He's an elf. He's an old elf.
Elves are magical people.
Not every elf is a wizard, you
Ev-
nitwit.
Everyone we've met has been a caster of some kind.
Hey, I don't cast spells.
Everyone that matters.
Fuck you!
By the way, you're very low. I don't know if it's only for me, but I can barely hear you.
Who?
You.
I changed mics. I'm turning up my mic volume now. How's that?
Oh, that's a lot better.
Yeah, better? Okay.
A lot better. Okay. So, he says, he shakes his head. No spell books, but, there are... Well, he looks at your staff.
See?
I see that you found, the staff down below.
Oh, this whole thing?
Gave it to the dwarves the first time they erected the Rock of Ages. Or the Black Fortress, as you know it now.
The Rock of Ages.
I have another gift. And takes out a small parchment, and he looks at Bowen and at Thimble. Bowen, you already possess a weapon of great magic.
Yep.
I know you have met Thimble soon. He does possess the old blood.
She.
Do you trust him?
She. Her.
Not
I'm a
particularly.
He looks at Martha. Do you trust him?
Her. I'm a woman. You required that I was a woman.
Yes, yes.
I would say about as far as I can throw her, but she's pretty light.
You know what, guys? I saved you from that dragon out there, and I went back and tried to get your backpack, but the stupid Minotaur chased me away.
How did you find the Minotaur when the Minotaur wasn't in the same room as the backpack?
He was. Someone must have opened the door. He must have walked out the door or something. He left.
He had
Okay.
orders not to... Okay, never mind.
I may not trust Thimble, but she has proved herself in combat, and I have a
Thank
feeling
you.
that there will only be more struggles to come.
Thank you.
It will be a long and harsh journey.
Yeah, with her around, yeah, definitely.
You know what? I don't get no
Still.
respect from no men.
This, and he takes out. He says a couple of words in the spidery language of magic, and suddenly, in front of Thimble appears a rapier, a bejeweled rapier with a hilt, with a head of a platinum dragon.
I reach out for it
Also,
and then pause and look towards him.
he nods his head.
I grab it. And how many
This is a
pluses does
weapon.
my rapier have?
This is a weapon, very old one, my own, and I have no use for it now.
I will
good?
treasure this forever.
Until I find a +2 rapier.
This one might already be +2.
Until I find an X+1 rapier.
Cool.
He looks at all of you.
Do
says-
you need me to make an
John?
Arcana check or something to figure out how many pluses it has?
No,
No, the pluses
just
thing
needs to
is-
identify it.
Yeah.
Whatever's.
No, mechanically he does show you. I'd say it is a +2 rapier. But adjust it. It's a +2 to damage and +2 to hit.
Nice. And it can glow if I concentrate on it?
No, it doesn't do the glow thing.
Okay, that's just Ryan's.
What? That's like an advantage.
And
Why?
the bow.
+2 so much better.
Okay. So you didn't really tell. I mean, we already knew that chaos was approaching. You haven't
I
really
didn't
given
know.
us any specifics that we can work with here, Alan Thiel.
Well, okay, so we have two options. We can go defeat the 9 corrupted old gods,
Sounds a little scary.
and they're going to be loose soon. Or we can go collect the blood from all 3 of the guardians, one of whom has been trying to hunt us down and kill us, and all of whom are roughly as powerful as this guy, or Haggard, if you remember him. So 2 of them would probably give us their blood voluntarily, And he knows where they all are, which is why we were looking for him in the first place. I forgot that part.
They are all in places that you should not know about. They are safe for the moment. I have managed to draw its power away
So
from locating
what's
them.
in the Moonstones?
The demon lords of Asmodean. The
So
ones
why?
that have
And we've got the hammer. Let's just leave the Moonstones alone. Where are the old
demon
gods
lords
imprisoned?
and the Moonstones have imprisoned Ferumbra in the underworld. They are banished from this realm. But down in the underworld, with Iscariot's help, they have imprisoned her. And all clerics of Ferumbra are now or mad or powerless.
That doesn't
That's
sound
another issue.
good.
That you will need to deal with.
It's
When
not
you
good
return-
having a bunch of death clerics going mad with power.
When you return, many things will be changed in the fortress of Goldfort. But know this, everybody still remaining in there is completely loyal to the cause. You can trust everybody in that fortress, as you would your very best friend.
Not to put like too fine a point on it, but I don't actually have any friends per se.
Looks at you and says, "You have friends. Though you might not consider them so, they are your friends."
So where are the old gods?
Your gods are asleep in ancient places of power. The people that
Isn't someone waking up? Aren't the old gods waking up? And
says it will awaken first. The prison behind me will break, and eventually it will awaken every old god.
I stand up and I point to like the jungle behind him.
He nods his head.
This is its prison.
He nods his head. Koramors and Ranioses as well. They are corrupted. You cannot defeat them yet. You must rally everybody. You must rally however many forces you can, because in the coming years,
Years?
the fate of Sodom is going to be in your hands.
Years?
That's kind of it's a really big thing to put on woman you just met.
Well, I did buy you a drink beforehand.
That's a good one.
You can realize that he's trying to smile, but his smile fades down into a sour look.
So I don't suppose you have a map. Perhaps where
He
you could
shakes his
demark the
head.
locations of all of the moonstones, considering you're the only one alive who knows. And I sure hope you didn't forget.
The Moonstones?
He's old. If he forgets, give him
Or,
a break.
like, you want us to raise an army and take up on the old gods? Do you have any sort of like tactical information about their weaknesses?
I don't really want
That would be useful.
She knows everything else that most everything else that you will need. The weaknesses, that is something that I do not know. I have not seen them fall into corruption, and I have not seen them in their normal form. The only two ones that I know are Koramor and Ranios, and they are powerful beyond belief now. You cannot hope to face them yet, but eventually you will.
Are you
You
saying
will
it
face all of them.
eventually will be powerful enough to take on gods?
I put my hand on Marcher's shoulder and say, "We have gods of our own.
I think the old man might be a little bit
lead
bad.
the charge on this plane."
I had an uncle, a really old uncle, who started saying weird things when he got near the end of his life.
Did he sound kind of like this guy? And I point to Ellen Thiel.
Well,
Saying,
he wasn't talking about gods, and he wasn't summoning magic tables, but he was kind of batty.
It's the magic table that really sells it, though.
It
So
really,
about
and the
these-
magic rapier, I say, pointing it around.
I'm gonna put an eye out.
You're no fun, Bowen.
So the Moonstones.
He takes out a map of Sodom and points on them in certain locations. The moonstones, they'll be shifting soon. Most of them will be attacked by Iscariot in an attempt to kill the other guardians.
Wait, I thought he was a good guy.
You said Iscariot is in Thalumbra?
He's
Not
corrupted.
Iscariot, as in the corrupted guardian.
Yeah.
He-
Does
he is-
Iscariot
he is
have
in
any weaknesses?
Thalumbra, in
You knew
prison.
him, right?
He serves Ranios. And I know what they want. In their corrupted form, Koramo now believes that the world can only be saved if all the races that caused the breaking are destroyed. He will try and bring up the old Trent army of the first forest of Sauron, north of here.
Wait a minute. Doesn't destroying all the races meaning complete genocide of humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, and orcs?
I don't think it's genocide if it's everyone. All of creation.
Well,
I think that's genocide. Well, I mean, he didn't mention.
he didn't mention dragonborn. I don't know if that's a race.
He didn't mention goblins or those other
Col-
guys.
Kobolds.
So, anyways, any
Te-
case,
teef- tieflings. Tieflings don't count.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. I don't think we should kill everyone.
so,
Well, no, he's saying that that's what the enemy wants to do.
but so the moonstones will be moving, so you're useless. However, Iscariot is currently in the underworld imprisoning Thalumbra.
He nods his head.
Scratch my chin. I have
This
heard
is really heavy stuff, guys.
I've heard tell of a rift to Thalumbra, far, far to the northwest, on the opposite reach of the continent.
You can go.
It's not too
down
far
to the
from
realm
my
of Thurumbra,
from my home of.
but it is a risky move. They control the underworld now. Can you deal with all their forces?
Well, with an army, does Iscariot have any weaknesses? Like,
Iscariot is
if you challenge him to a game, does he have to accept? Like anything like that?
shakes his head. Iscariot, he is serving Ranios. And Ranios wants a more horrible thing than Koramor. He wants to destroy everything. Sauron itself. So that he can rule time without creation. Without somebody bending time, without somebody messing with his toys. He wants everything to be a void.
Guys, I think he wants to destroy the concept of entropy.
I don't know what that is.
As evil plans go, that one's pretty good.
I don't know what entropy is.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So
The
So
some big
to Thalumbra.
stuff.
All I hear anyone else coming up with is problems.
Let's raise an army, go to Thalumbra. What could go wrong?
I would suggest, but I do not know what is to come. I would suggest dealing with the problems in this part of the world, uniting the dwarves of the Hammerwatch with the other races.
Oh, that'll be easy. I got this great fist speech with some fingers. It'll be fine.
You're gonna fist the dwarves?
In a sense, yes.
Not in the UK, you're not.
I do not get that reference.
Oh,
I
the
don't think I
UK
want to.
just banned a whole bunch of ridiculous things in porn. Face
Yeah.
sitting, fisting, among others. Things that are kind of
Dwarves.
ridiculous to ban. But it's not illegal to watch, you just can't produce that anymore. So there was a whole thing where a bunch of protesters came out and like laid out blankets and just like sat on people's faces and had tea in front of Parliament for a couple days.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well,
Dun dun dun.
he says, the old gods will awaken north, far northwest from here, where there are more people than here, and they will try to accomplish their own objectives.
Okay,
You must stop
so
them.
you said you can see through the fabric of time or something like that.
He nods his head. In a
So
way.
have you seen to the future? Where will all of this come to a head? We gather these armies, but where do we take them and when?
I have seen thousands of threads. I have seen you and your friends going down into the underworld and fighting a demon army. but then coming back up with not enough forces to deal with the old gods. They're already too powerful. I have seen you take your armies up north and attacking the old gods head on. South, everything was destroyed, and you're not powerful enough to deal with Koramor and Anios. I do not know how you should do this, and I do not claim to know anything better.
Didn't
Then
you
you
just
would
tell us
know
not to
when
do
the
the
time
thing
comes.
that he was saying that we should do and instead do something else?
Yeah, wasn't
Didn't
your
you
course of
just tell us
action
what to do?
what got us into the mess in this first place? You know, in hindsight, we shouldn't listen to his advice.
You just laid a lot on our shoulders without any actual solutions.
Well, that's what old
I
people
thank
I have
you
do.
the answers to all of the
for the
questions.
food, but I would kindly request to be released from this realm. I look behind me. Is there still the path we came
I
in?
draw my sword.
Yes. He says,
Is it safe to leave?
It's a long walk back, and I'm going to get started.
if you
and I-
raise yourself from that table, you will never sit down ever again.
So I'm trapped here for all eternity?
Like, I think he just means for right now.
Wait. Wait until they are released. Wait until they are gone. They cannot touch you here.
Wait, so
Alright.
we have to sit here at this table for all eternity?
Just like a couple more hours. So is there anything else you want to give us in the meantime? Like anything you might be leaving out or forgetting in your old age? I don't want to have you die and realize that you like forgot to give us the most important like piece of information or item.
There's nothing else I need to give you. You know where the old gods will awaken. You know you have big problems between your races now.
Yeah. So how long till they awaken? Like ballpark? Like a week? Like a year?
A month, maybe more. Soon, close to a month will be the first one, and then
Okay.
the others will follow.
Are they gonna awaken in a fixed order that you're aware of?
Jesus said, "Not that I know of."
Okay, so it's just random.
Fish
Okay.
for rumors.
You're
Fish
just
for
not-
weird rumors
Y-
up north.
Yeah, so okay, we have to develop an intelligence network, which we already have from the Dwarves of Goldford. So we're gonna have to go recruit everyone else. Do you know who we should talk to first when we get back, guys? And I'm just totally ignoring Ellenfield at this point because he's useless. We should talk to those women who had that giant flying castle. I bet they would be really helpful.
Women with
mean-
a giant flying castle? I have to meet these people. Let's go. Why
Oh, apparently
can they come pick us
We're gonna-
up so we don't have to
We're going to
hike
have
out
to
of these
put
mountains?
together some really rock-solid PowerPoint slides.
Yeah, well, it'll be fine. When it comes to recruiting people into doing stupid shit, I totally got this.
I'm pretty gosh darn inspirational. Not going to
You
lie.
hear a cry of a bird, and one of the birds above your heads falls down dead on the table. A pigeon.
I hope that it's not what we just ate.
Uh,
Alan Theo, where do you get your meat?
Hey, pigeon's good.
Squab.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Silence. They are awake. Do not move from here. They will not see you. But if you move, they will.
Alright. Oh,
You raise
one,
yourself from
speak
the
plainly, you dumb oaf! What do you
If
mean
we-
move from here? Who will see us? What the hell?
the old gods, they're waking up. It's fine. So if we blow the horn, we teleport back to the tower at Goldfort, right?
What, you have a horn?
Yes.
Okay, so
No, don't use it until hours have passed.
yeah,
Make
right.
sure they're not here anymore.
Right, just wait for
Who's here?
the old gods. Except they're not. They're leaving. It's fine.
And you hear the breaking as if stone itself on the mountain is cracked open. The trees die and wither away on one side. The trees grow bigger and more powerful on the other side. And you see two creatures moving side by side. The first one appears to just be a human, and then you see something else. You see a giant serpent eating its own tail. Then you see a giant sand. What do you call those things? But I completely forgot about that. The time measuring sand.
Hourglass.
the giant hourglass constellation. And you see dozens more representations of Ranios, the old time of God. He moves with a sullen grace. And to his side, another human moving. But then you see another thing in place of him. A giant tree as big as a mountain, with a big face and bushy eyebrows and eyes. Then another representation of it. And you see a world, a globe of Earth moving. And then the human again. They move side by side, and they both look at the Renfiel. Renfiel raises his hands up, and from his hands go out fireballs. After that, fey creatures come to his side, unicorns and angels. They jump and they attack, but Ranios and Cormor shake them off with just a hand. They walk forward. You can see desperation on Renfiel's face, but at the same time, acceptance. He goes down on one knee. Then the other two above him raise their hands above his head. And fireballs come down from their face, or from their hands, but not made of fire. Made of something hotter than white. Something that you cannot look at it, cover your eyes as soon as you see it. And after you open your eyes, over Renfiel, there is just a shadow of blackened ground. They look around. Two creatures. They look at each other. And then they start moving out.
Is Ellen still there? Is Ellen Thiel still there? Or did he just get blown up?
He got blown up.
And we're just sitting at this table hovering in void,
You seem
surrounded
to be
by
standing at this
stars.
table. Just sitting at this table. Normally they should see you, but they do not.
Is there ground beneath our feet?
There is ground beneath your feet.
Do you think when I get older I'll be able to cast spells like this?
I believe in you, Martur. But I think maybe you should blow that horn. There's like fireballs everywhere around here. We should get out of here.
I
He
think
just-
he said wait.
He said to wait.
We're
Okay.
safe. They're
All
just-
right.
While
After
all
that-
this goes on,
after
I
that-
want to start exploring this chamber, looking for anything of value.
I
You can't stand up.
put my hand on top of his head and hold him in place.
Wait, you mean I literally have to sit at this table?
Yeah, for the next few hours.
Do you really want to alert that? And I
No,
point
but
You sure?
giant tree
You,
the size of a mountain that is sitting next to our table.
you can go fight. You can go fight it if you want to. Just leave the sword here.
I sit down and pull out some coins and start spinning them on the table, trying to get as many coins to spin at the same time as possible.
Okay.
You don't try and
And
balance some daggers on your fingers. That's what real rogues do.
I'm sorry, real rogues spin coins on top of other coins. I'm just warming up.
Okay. Well, that did not go good the first time, Justin. It won't go good now.
I've been practicing. It's fine.
Anyway, these two creatures move through the cave back where you came from. And then something else. Something that shadow clings to. That the shadow is not dark. The shadow is gray. Something with no shape and all the shapes at the same time. Nothing and everything. It smiles. It has no face, but you know it's smiling. You have finally arrived.
Is he talking to us?
Good work. This is gonna be a good show.
Is he breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He is talking to you.
I
Is
don't.
it-
I
is
don't
the
respond.
You said it's just a shadow hovering at the table? Or where is... How big is this shadow?
Want to like look at how big it is, and then like your eyes dart to the left. Wow, it's big, and then dart to the right. Oh, it's still big as well, but I can still see like the trees, and as I'm looking there, but I'm looking here, and I see the shadow, and I turn around, shadow again, but the trees aren't here. It's everywhere where you can see.
Yeah, I ignore this. I'm assuming we're safe, and I'm just sitting back and taking it all in.
And suddenly it disappears.
What was in those brownies?
Some really good food, guys.
Suddenly it disappears,
Tripping balls here.
and there is nothing left. Just silence. Utter silence.
Is it safe?
Ellenfield, can we get up now?
Ellenfield's gone.
Ellenfield?
Thumbelina, can we get up now?
Is Thumbelina still around?
She is
She's so
crying
good.
on the table.
Crying?
She is crying on the table.
Yeah.
I
She's
reach
been
out
living
and
with a
drag
guy
her
for
to me.
2,000 years and now he's dead. She's probably a little upset.
I drag her over towards me and comfort her. You know, I create like a little space in my bosom to keep her warm and tight, and just kind of stroke her. That's okay, Thumbelina. It'll be fine. You might be 1,000 times my age, but I'll still take care of you.
I find this oddly intriguing.
It's safe to leave now. We can go.
She says we can go, guys. Here, you just stay here. I'll keep you safe. I get up and I immediately start looking around for
I
valuables.
stand up and stretch. Well, I hope that leads back to the castle.
Is there anything of interest in the rest of the chamber? Or is it just like now empty?
I think there's still trees, right?
The blackened and decayed trees to a side, and the gigantic and flourishing trees to the left side. Like right, everything's dead. Left, everything's more alive than ever.
Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
But what if there's something shiny over there? I want to
No.
go find out.
No, I think I agree with Bowen for once. Let's get out of here.
Thumbelina, are there any potions in here, or magical items, or gold?
There's nothing in here anymore. Everything's gone.
All right, let's go. And I follow behind the rest of the party,
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
despite the fact that I can outrun any of you. Which is weird. Which is really weird.
Gonna research a spell to deal with that later.
Okay, so you guys move out.
We walk back down the path. Does it lead as before? Are the veins of magic still in the
The
sidewalls?
veins of magic are in the walls, but they have already moved. They have already moved and stopped. They have done their purpose, but they're still going.
Okay. So we come back down the top of the tower.
You come back up to the top of the tower, and everything seems the same, but different at the same time.
The dragon carcass still where we left it.
Still where you left it.
Is that pile of silver still there? We actually didn't pick up any of the silver. How much silver is in that pile?
Not worth its weight.
I ignore the silver and start walking down the stairs.
We need to finance an army. We're gonna need the money.
I don't think you finance the army by grabbing silver off the ground.
Depends on how much silver is there. You could, I mean, if it's a silver per day, right? So for every 10 silver I grab, that's 10 days of rations for a soldier.
Yep. That's not really worth it.
It depends on how much I can carry.
I think if you're gonna try and recruit an army, you're better off going to the local lords and, talking to them. I don't
I'm
think you
already
actually
walking down the
raise an
stairs.
army by looting treasure chambers. I think you raise an army by forming alliances with people who have armies. Or getting more money and hiring mercenaries. Not that I would know anything about this, because I'm only a 17-year-old halfling.
So you think you should have money to hire mercenaries? That's a good way of getting an army?
Yeah,
What's silver?
1/10 of a gold.
It's money.
Fine, you carry it, but I'm not. Here, you know what? You give me that extra 500 gold, and you can carry the silver.
Are you guys following me, or are you bickering over?
We're
the silver?
bickering while you're going
No,
downstairs.
I'm gonna load up one sack with a silver. I can carry an extra like 10 pounds before I'm encumbered right now. Which-
1 pound over encumbrance. Oh,
Which
wait,
is-
I don't have to include clothes in my weight. Hold on, this is not second edition. Okay, I'm 4 pounds under my encumbrance.
So it's 50 coins to a pound, right? That's times 10. So that's 500 silver, which is 50 gold. It's probably worth it.
Sure.
All right. So we at the bottom of the staircase, past the shattered statues.
Yeah.
I assume everything is normal. Did it cave in? Was that actually a thing?
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
actually a thing.
So how did the halfling had to get out over the?
We climbed
Come on,
down.
guys! We got 200 feet of rope over here. We can just climb down the rope.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I will have to abandon the rope.
Okay.
Hey, look, you
Theron's-
got 50 silver. You can buy, or 500 silver. You can buy more rope.
The statue of Theron is still on our side of the cave-in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I pat him on the back. Say, "We will return for you, brave champion. You will be needed in the battle to come." And I trek back up the stairs and join the other two as they're rigging up rope for my fat ass to climb down.
Okay, awesome. So, you guys climb down off the Rock of Ages, or the Black Fortress.
We have to go
And,
back to the entrance to blow the horn to go back, right?
I might be able to blow it here, but I have a minotaur to speak with.
Oh, right. We have to get up and
He
get back.
left.
Okay.
He's gone.
Yeah, let's go check out that room. Maybe we can. There's something else in there. We didn't get a
There's
good
of
chance to
food
look
in
at it
there
before.
Last I saw, but well, let's go.
All right, so we all make it down to the tops of the buildings. Do we have
yeah,
any
everybody
trouble?
give me... yeah, just acrobatics check. Or
I'm not going to
athletics.
make an. If it's an acrobatics check, I'm not climbing.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever you want.
All right, I'll do athletics.
Wait, just to climb down the rope? You shouldn't need a
No,
check.
no, down the rope, on the bridge. I mean,
Oh yeah, that section.
Down the tops of the buildings. All right. All right. I mutter. Is this like a jump or is it a climb?
I think it's a climb check.
All right.
climb check.
I mutter a prayer to a stair to catch me if I fall. Ugh. 10. What am I climbing over? I would like to. Late.
Here.
Like, what are the consequences of a failed check? I guess I'm about to find out.
Yeah, exactly. You just fall.
Exactly.
You just fall 20 feet down.
All right. How much damage?
It's 2d6.
Yeah. 9 points of damage.
Ouch. I guess the average would have been 7. It's not that bad.
And it is non-magical bludgeoning damage, so I reduce it by 3. But still. Get to my feet, brush myself off. Well, I beat the other guys down, and I start walking across the bridge.
Okay. So go on. You guys walk across the bridge. Where do you go?
I walk across the bridge. I
I
follow.
follow.
I'm following I'm following Bowen. Bowen's going to the Minotaur's room.
I'm actually going to stop by where I left my backpack the first time.
You stop by where we have your backpack. The sword is still there.
Yeah, I'll start dragging the sword out.
You drag a sword out.
And my old flail is probably still discarded.
How do you suppose you make magic items?
Has anyone? I haven't read the new DMG. I assume there would be rules in
I
there.
have the DMG in like PDF format. I haven't got to it yet.
No, I'm actually like. Martyr is actually thinking about this aloud now. He's like, how do you make magic items? I feel like being able
Does
to make
anyone
magic
know
items would be
DMG,
very
How
effective.
they handle it? I mean, traditionally you need to be like a level. I don't even. Yeah, there's usually in second edition there were specific spells you needed, and you just use a combination of spells to make magic items, and you get creative. In third and fourth, I think there was just like a level limit or like feats that you grabbed.
Yeah, we're
And there's nothing in the PHP about making them.
that's gonna be like the first thing I
Yeah,
research when we get back to civilization.
Okay. And then I guess I go back into the Minotaur's chamber.
Back into the Minotaur's chamber, you do find your backpack.
Is the
No.
Minotaur still there?
No. All
Has
of
it
the food
been
is missing.
rifled through, or like
It
did he
has
make a
been
mess of
rifled.
it, or is like my backpack exploded onto the floor and the food's gone?
Your backpack is kind of ripped open onto your
Mhm.
side, and all the food is gone.
Motherfucking Minotaur. This is like a storage room, isn't it?
Yes.
Can I find another backpack? Or there was also an armory across the castle.
No, in this storage room, there seems to only be food.
Can I find a big like sack?
Oh yeah, definitely you can find a sack if you want to.
All right, I'm just gonna pile all my stuff into a big sack and drag it out of there.
Okay.
Did you take that silver thread, Neil?
Nope.
Did you take the Winter Wolf cloak?
Nope. I only took the pendant.
Okay.
By the way, tell me if the sounds for the music are too loud.
I thought they added a nice ambiance. But... to
If
each
anything,
their
it should be up a little bit louder.
Okay.
Like 5 or 10% louder.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. Okay. So I'm just looking at the DMG variants for healing. And they say they just changed the short and long rest. So a short rest is now 8 hours of rest, and a long rest is 7 days.
Jesus.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because then you can spend your
It's a quick
healing
and dirty
surges.
change, but that is totally how I would, or what I would start
That's
with.
a lot better.
If I were
Yeah,
DMing
because then you
it.
can use you can spend your hit dice after the night, but you only regain hit dice so often. So
And then how do they do recovery of spells and stuff? Is that
that's just
still?
short.
Am I-
Ooh.
Because I gain some stuff back on a short rest and some stuff back on a long rest.
You would
I think you should
regain it
get
the same
all your
way.
spells on short rest. No, I think you could still get all your spells on a short rest.
I mean, we can house rule that, but that's not the variant rule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
rule
this
is-
rule, the spells still only come back after a long rest, I guess, because it doesn't mention them at all. So
Yeah.
that's something that can be changed. That makes.
I don't know
sense.
that it would need to be. I mean, it would be a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
You'd be rationing spells much more carefully.
Yeah, I think
It would really nerf spellcasting classes more
which
so
are
than-
pretty well balanced for combat as is. I
I think, but yeah, it's one of the things I liked about like second edition, for example, is the classes have very different roles. I mean, like
Yeah.
a fighter is much more resilient in combat than even high level wizards.
yeah.
Well, it depends on whether the wizards buff themselves with spells.
Well, I mean, one way or the other. Like, if you get a surprise attack on a wizard, like if a wizard gets exposed to like a guy charging at them or gets ambushed at some point, a wizard is gone. Even like a 10th level wizard can be knocked out really easily.
Yeah,
Because a 10th level wizard should have like 25 HP.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The variant rule sounds way more attractive than the rules we're using now.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to implement. I mean, I guess this would be a good time to implement it if we were gonna. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chucky,
if
do you
like
have a
basic-
copy of the DMG?
I have it on PDF. I'm still waiting for my actual copy.
Okay. Has it been released in that part of the world yet?
No, that's why I only have a PDF yet.
Do you know when the release date is?
I should have it in the course of the next week.
I think
Oh,
it's the
okay,
same
cool.
release date. It's more just they've got to ship it over the mountains.
Okay, well, yeah, because if for some reason it wasn't going to come out for a
Werewolves and
couple of months, I would have
vampires
just shipped you a
slowing down
copy.
the shipping
Yeah.
routes.
Wild
Okay.
dogs.
Wild
Yeah.
dogs.
Gotta watch out for the wild dogs in Romania.
Are there actually wild dogs?
There
Chucky
really
got
are.
chased by wild dogs once during a Truth or Dare during a marathon stream.
Oh yeah,
I need,
yeah.
I need to send, like, whenever my girlfriend goes to her parents, I need to call a cab to get her out of the neighborhood, because the wild dogs are not in the neighborhood, but at the ends of them. I actually almost got bit by one of them. It was like the small dog.
Are you
It
sure
was
they're
so
dogs and not
harsh.
werewolves? This is Romania, isn't it?
Let me tell you how it goes if you get bit by a dog. You need to catch the dog.
The next time there's a full moon, you start
No, but you actually need to catch the dog.
random
and
blackouts.
keep him under supervision for about 10 days, because if you don't, then 10 injections straight to your stomach go in.
Rabies
Oh,
attack.
man.
Yeah.
Is that for rabies?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
it is. And
To be honest, stray dogs that are just randomly attacking you probably are rabid.
Yeah.
Or very
Probably
hungry.
a rabbit. No,
So I think
not
you're
very
getting
hungry.
those shots to the. So did you have to get shots straight to your gut after you got bitten by this werewolf,
No, because
or did you find a high enough level wizard to cast a remove curse
It
spell?
only got this. It only got my genes, not my
Okay.
actual foot. So you
Ryan,
guys go
we
on,
should
I'm
move
trying
to
find my-
Romania. This sounds awesome.
It's actually is like the castles are amazing. It's like you're not in Romania when you go to the castles.
But
The
they're all
castles are
haunted,
amazing.
aren't they?
Yes, that's what makes them awesome. No, the castles are really awesome. They're kept in a very good state, and they give off this medieval feel.
Almost preserved in the same condition they were 500 years ago when.
Exactly. Yeah, and they restore them quite a lot.
All right.
Okay, so we
Anyway, yeah.
walk back out to the front door.
You walk back out to the front door.
I pull out the horn, which apparently I have. So
And you still have your.
I don't have anything I can blow on. I'll have to improvise a noise. So I turned to Martyr though. So this will teleport us back.
Yeah, that's what we were told.
I make sure everything I want is touching me. So I've got like a big sack and a couple of awkward weapons, and I just like pile them on my feet, hoping that contact is enough. Do we need to hold hands? Does anyone remember how this went down? I'm blowing. Sorry, it's the best I can do without my didgeridoo.
Suddenly, you are back where you came from, on the tower. But something's wrong. There are lights, fires. Part of the fortress is ablaze. Looking to the right, you see the flying fortress down, crashed. Half of the castle in ruins. You can see people fighting now.
Isn't it the castle that he just told us to come to and recruit these people?
Yeah. Well, if we save their lives, I think we'll have a pretty good argument for why they should join us.
All right, let's do it. Charge!
I leave my stuff piled on the top of the tower and just charge down
Ditto.
the staircase.
And
Well,
I
I'll drop
think-
my bag. I'll keep my gold coins. With
I'm
me.
not encumbered. I take all my stuff with me.
I think we see everybody else on the other side.
And I think this is our break.
Dun dun dun.
All right. We'll see you guys in time for the battle.